Okay, and then just hit play.
Slow down, we've got time left to be lazy. All the kids have bloomed from babies into flowers in our eyes. We've got 50 good years left to spend out in the garden. I don't care to beg your pardon, we should live until we die. We were barely 18 when we crossed collective hearts. It was cold but it got warm when you barely crossed my eye. And then you turned, put out your hand, and you asked me to dance. I knew nothing of romance, but it was love at second sight. I swear when I grow up, I'll just buy you a rose. I will buy the flower shop, and you will never be lonely. Oh, even if the sun stopped waking up over the fields, I will not leave till it's our time. So just take my hand, you know that I will never leave your side. La, 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 la. It was the winter of '86. All the fields had frozen over, so we moved to Arizona to save our only son. And now he's turned into a man. Though he thinks just like his mother, he believes we're all just lovers. He sees hope in everyone, and even though she moved away, we always get calls from our daughter. She has eyes just like her father's. They are blue and skies are gray, and just like him, she never stops, never takes the day for granted, works for everything that's handed to her, never once complains. You think that I nearly lost you when the doctors tried to take you away, like the night you took my hand beside a fire 30 years ago. To this day, you swore you'd be here till we decide that it's our time, but it's not time. You never quit in all your life. So just take my hand, you know that I will never leave your side. You're the love of my life, you know that I will never leave your side. You come home from work and you kiss me on the eye. You curse the dog, you say that I should never feed them what is ours. And so we move out to the garden. Look at everything we've grown, and the kids are coming home. So I set the table, you can make the fire.
Title of the poem is The Gambler by Fun. The title song is called The Gambler, which can be classified as someone who takes a lot of risk. Gambling is a game of chances. So is most likely inferred that the song is an analysis of all the potentially detrimental actions that have been made by the speaker of the song. However, as we listen to the song, while the speaker has a few close calls, the speaker and his spouse remain connected through passion and love. The speaker's story switches between the father's and mother's perspective, reflecting back on their lives together. Starting at the beginning of the relationship, the song evolves with the passing of time together and the aging of their children. The song is a reminiscence of the couple's life together as they nearly fell apart but are held together by love and family. Promising to never leave each other's side, they grow old together, watching both their son and daughter grow with the passing of time. As their children become adults and move away, they stay connected through traits they share as a family, as well as being able to put important things in life first. Many of this can be analyzed through different figurative devices. For example, there's a lot of imagery related to nature as they compare their own family to nature and gardens. All the kids have bloomed from babies into flowers in our eyes. They're more reflective upon their own kids in this sense, and they're really proud of their children. They're very much like the parents, and so they are flowers in their eyes, which is part of their garden. It was cold, but it got warm when you barely crossed my eye. As in, the weather was cold, but it got warm for them. A lot of it is based on the weather and nature and how it doesn't stop them, but it's a big influence for them. And here's some personification of, again, nature. Even the sun stopped waking up over the fields, because the sun can't literally wake up. Here's a longer metaphor. It was the winter of 86, and all the fields had frozen over, so we moved to Arizona to save our only son, and now he's turning to a man. It starts out by analyzing the surroundings again and some of the actions they have taken throughout their life, but then switching it over to describe their son and daughter by using a metaphor to save the sun since it was cold, but the sun actually being their physical son. Here's a simile between the daughter and the father. They are blue and skies are gray. Again, it's just more imagery and just comparison between different things within the work. And then there are some shifts in the poem that explains the attitude changes too. It starts out just pretty reflective of events that have taken place in their life and them growing up together. It does take a big shift after they start to stop talking about their daughter right here. And the most dramatic climax part of it is this section right here. And it talks about when they reached a really big problem in the relationship. The wife was dying, and the speaker had built up all his life explaining how it's so great, how they've survived through the worst, and now they've hit this just really big pothole. So although it's happy and reflective, here it becomes sad, and he has a lot of despair over a potential loss. But then then he gives her hope again by saying he'd do all the things that he's done before, and it just shifts back right into the routine. So again, that is the main shifts right here and right here, and the attitude of the speaker centers around those shifts too. When reanalyzing the title of the piece, it is a metaphor to show how the couple's life has elapsed through the song. When people gamble, they make decisions that can bring them up or tear them down. Likewise, in the song, there are some scenes that brought them together and others pulling them apart, specifically back to where the shift happened. It was a big change that had a lot of emotional changes for the family. The weather got worse, all that, but in the end, it went back to the normal routine. The main theme is a theme of war/fighting against peace. And this centers around how the war/fighting brings love closer. And it's about a family going through ups and downs of life. There's bad things happening, good things happening. There's storms, but there are nice, beautiful gardens. And that can even just be seen how the poem begins and ends. It starts out, we've got 50 good years to spend out in the garden, and it ends in, and so we move out to the garden and look at everything we've grown. So it takes us a circle back around to what they were planning to do from the beginning, to doing that at the end and not letting anything get in their way. So through all this fighting, through all this trying to keep the relationship alive, they achieve love between the characters are even closer. The entire piece of literature, this bond of bringing people closer and just the overall love is what ultimately just keeps the whole family from dissolving. How they're just so proud of their children, how the children are so reflective of them, as seen here. He believes that world is over. He sees hope in everyone. He thinks just like his mother. And same with the daughter. She never takes the day for granted. She works with everything that's handed to her. It seems like it's just a family that tries to do their best, and they just get a hand in a really bad situation. And the poem just reflects how they've made it through that, how they've made it back to their own routine. And yeah, that is the meaning behind the song The Gambler by Fun.